room. Evacuate through the nearest safe exit. Those seated in the gallery will take direction from security, and council will take direction from the meeting clerk. After evacuating the room, please proceed to a stairwell, take the stairs to ground level, and evacuate the building through the doors marked emergency exit and go to the muster point. Do not take an elevator or walk through the city room. Anyone with limited mobility should identify themselves to security or the meeting clerk during an evacuation, and please speak with security or the meeting clerk if you require first aid. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I would like to call this special meeting to order. At this time, I would like to acknowledge that we meet on the traditional land of Treaty 6 territory and Métis homeland, and acknowledge the diverse Indigenous peoples whose ancestors' footsteps have marked this territory for centuries, such as Cree, Dene, Saulteaux, Blackfoot, and Korasu, as well as Métis and Inuit, now settlers from around the world. Roll call, Councillor Wright.
Good afternoon.
Councillor Mack.
Good afternoon.
Councillor Principe.
Hello.
Councillor Stevenson.
Good afternoon.
Councillor Paquette.
Hello.
Councillor Tang.
Hello.
Councillor Hamilton.
Hello.
Councillor Rutherford.
Hello.
Councillor Salvador.
Hello.
Councillor Cartmel.
Good afternoon.
Councillor Rice.
Good afternoon.
And Councillor Jans.
Hello.
Okay. All right. Adoption of the agenda. Councillor Hamilton.
Yeah, I'll move adoption of the special city council agenda for March 24th, 2025.
Second.
Please vote.
Mayor Sohi, just a point of order. As everybody knows, I've declared my candidacy for mayor, my intent to run for mayor in the next civic election. So I believe that puts me in a position of conflict, or at least the apprehension of a conflict. So I'm going to recuse myself from this meeting. So I'm going to exit now.
Just a question. I don't. I'll take that like for sure, but I just don't understand. And maybe for my own understanding, I should understand what exactly that conflict is that would determine the right to recuse.
Is that to me? Yeah, there's an apprehension, a conflict. I've declared my candidacy for this office, and there's going to be a conversation here about who's going to sit in this office for at least the next few weeks, if not for the next few months. And with an abundance of caution, I'm going to recuse myself from this meeting and not be part of that conversation.
Well, maybe I'll go to the clerks on that question then.
As you know, the MGA does permit councillors to declare they have a conflict and then leave the meeting, and we will state that in the minutes along with the general reason as described.
Okay, maybe I'm lost because in the past when people have wanted to recuse, the question was about a pecuniary interest.
Yeah, so not to want to take a long time, I would just take you a few steps back. That was recently changed by the province. There's pecuniary interest and there is a conflict of interest. And what I'm hearing is they are stating the general conflict of interest now.
Okay. And what exactly would that conflict be with the question in front of us today? I'm asking not just for me, but I think that the public might be curious about that. And it's an interesting question.
It is for the person declaring it to provide the reasons. I can't comment on why they feel that it is a conflict.
Okay, so it's a personal assessment.
It is an assessment, and you do have to give us the general reason, which Councillor Cartmel did.
Okay, yep, no, I'm satisfied with that. Okay, thank you.
Councillor Wright.
I didn't have questions on this item. It was
Okay,
just to
no worries.
select items.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay. Please vote for the adoption of the agenda.
Councillor Stevenson is yes.
Thank you, Councillor Stevenson.
Yes.
Thank you, Councillor Jans. We have all the votes.
Display the votes, please. That is carried. Any protocol items? See none. Select items for debate. Councillor Wright.
Yes, I would like to select 3.1, please.
Okay. Thank you. Vote on reports not selected. We don't have any. Request to speak none. Request for specific time on agenda. Vote on bylaws not select for debate. Public reports 3.1. Request for leave of absence. Verbal report.
Over to you, Mayor Sohi.
Okay. And I will ask Councillor Principe to take the chair.
I'll take the chair.
Thank you. As you know, that I have been selected to be the official candidate for the Liberal Party of Canada in the riding of Edmonton Southeast. My nomination and candidacy was confirmed Sunday afternoon, and I am requesting that Council grant me leave during the active part of this campaign, which will conclude on April 28th. That way, any perception that as mayor that when I'm out of the doors, I can clearly tell my constituents and the voters that I have recused myself from any council decisions during the active council or during the active campaign period, and that I am there as the candidate, not as the mayor. Right? So it brings transparency, it brings more clarity, and this has happened in the past where local council candidates seeking election at the federal or provincial level has been granted leave. Yeah. So that'll be my introduction. Then I'll take the chair back.
I'll return the chair.
Thank you. Councillor Wright?
Yes, I would actually, I guess, like to put the motion on the floor then, if I could, clerk?
Yes, we can put it up for you. Can I just confirm whether or not it was an unpaid leave and that it would
Unpaid leave, yeah.
unpaid and when the federal election results are official?
Yes.
Effective until, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, thank you. We'll put it up on the screen.
So I will just read that in. So I'm moving that an absence from all council and committee meetings effective March 25th, 2025, until the date of the official results of the 2025 federal election are released, to be authorized for Mayor A. Sohi.
Second.
And just a quick introduction, I think this is being respectful of taxpayer dollar, that the leave without pay is part of the motion. And I think it'll help to delineate for voters as well that Mr. Sohi would be acting as a candidate rather than acting on behalf of an official capacity as mayor of the city of Edmonton.
Thank you, Councillor Wright. Councillor Knack, questions?
Yes, thank you, Mayor Sohi. Just, I guess, one quick question. I'm going to look to maybe administration and then maybe to the mover. Because I was bored last night, I rewatched the 2021 decision for Councillor Henderson, and the one thing that's different from the wording of this motion to the one that's before us is that I think when Councillor Henderson had asked for it, it was because the writ had already been called, it was effective immediately. So essentially, immediately upon the conclusion of this item, that would take effect, versus what is currently worded, which is March 25th, technically tomorrow. So to administration, I guess, is it more, this is the wording that you gave, but I want to confirm that there would be no reason I can't move it to amend it to say immediately to mimic the previous motion?
We can. We've had slightly different versions based on timing, but yes, if you prefer it, say, like, more immediate, we can. We went with tomorrow, given that it's the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I think out of cleanness of that, I'm just re-bringing it up to make sure I have the right wording from the one that was done then. So it was that an unpaid absence, effective immediately until the official. So I'm going to look to, I guess, the chair as a possible friendly amendment to say, instead of effective March 25th, 2025, to say effective immediately.
Yeah, that's friendly. Yeah.
Okay, then that's all my questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Knack. Any other questions? Councillor Principe?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I can ask a question to the mayor now? Clerk Jacobson?
Up to the chair to decide, but it's a bit unusual, but if the chair's fine
Okay,
with it,
maybe
then
I can
that's
ask
fine.
to the mover then of the motion. Thank you. To the mover, so with this request for an absence, a leave of absence, does that mean then once the results are determined or released, then at that point, either he would be stepping down and taking on role as an MP.
Well, depending on the results of the election.
And so
Yeah,
if
so
it-
if it was in favor, then yes, immediately stepping into the role of member of parliament. And if not, then back into the role of mayor.
Okay, that was going to be
continue-
my question. So
Yeah.
he would be continuing on as
Yeah.
mayor?
Yeah, I think it, taking this leave and like I said, making that delineation between the two, a candidate or mayor, I think it's also not only respectful for the taxpayer dollar, but also respectful for the rest of council as well, that there won't be missed meetings as a result of campaigning on the side or something. So I think, I think this is the best course of action.
Okay, but there is the other option of just stepping down right now as well.
Well, I don't think that's a decision before us. That would be another decision to be made.
Okay, right, and I can't ask that. Okay, yeah, thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Councillor Principe. Councillor Rice.
Thank you. Just a very quick question for the usage of the social media. So because this is a 1 month campaign, and so what's the impact for the social media accounts like mayor used? And because before this 1 month is all about the mayor's activities, and right now for this month's change to the MP, and then well, based on results, April 28th change back again. So I just want understanding that transition.
And is that to the mover or to the
I don't know
clerk,
who
or
is
is it to
proper to
Mr.
answer this question.
Rathgaber? I see our integrity commissioner is on the line. Oh,
Do you want me to answer that, Madam Clerk? Hello?
Yeah, yes, please, yep.
Yeah, I mean, there are obligations, and I think I should either sit down with the mayor or the mayor's staff in the next day to talk about things like social media, because the social media and lists are property of the city. So I don't think that's necessarily a conversation that I'm comfortable having it open, but if the mayor wants to seek my advice, I will be happy to give it to him. And but I do agree with Councillor Rice that there are obligations with respect to social media accounts that need to be dealt with, and they need to be dealt with quickly.
Okay, thank you. That's my question, and because I do receive the call and then see the notice mayor's social media account already changed to MP candidate for Edmonton Southeast. So with the existing account, that is why I'm asking that question. But happy to hear the answer from like ask advisor for the follow up.
Okay. Thank you, Councillor Rice. Any other questions? Okay, we have motion on the floor to speak. Councillor Wright to close.
I have nothing further. And maybe I'll just repeat my opening comments that I do feel it is respectful of taxpayer dollars to be taking as an unpaid absence to differentiate between, and to take the absence to differentiate for the voters between candidate and mayor responsibilities. And I think it's also respectful of our council to not be missing meetings whilst out campaigning. So thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Wright. Please vote.
Councillor Stevenson is yes.
Thank you, Councillor Stevenson.
Yes.
Thank you, Councillor Jans. We have all the votes.
Display the votes, please. That is carried, and I will transfer the chair over to Councillor Principe.
I'll take the chair. So we are done item 3.1. Next we'll go to bylaws, none. Private reports, none. Motions pending, none. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.